Live from the CBS 19 News Studio, this is CBS 19 News at 6. Charlottesville News first.
Straight ahead on your CBS 19 News at 6. Students at Admiral High School staged a walkout today tied to immigration concerns. We'll have a look at what happened and their reactions. Plus, a new ruling from Virginia's Supreme Court means voters could soon decide on a key issue. We'll explain what comes next in the redistricting plans. And for Valentine's Day, a local wildlife sanctuary putting a twist on tradition. We'll share how you can take part. Good evening, everyone. I'm Cassidie Stevens. Thank you for joining us. 2 more school walkouts today in protest of ICE enforcement policies, one at Monticello High School, the other Admiral High School. We're joined now by Mark Gadd. And Mark, you were there as students marched through Charlottesville. What were they saying?
Yeah, absolutely, Cassie. Well, first off, there were hundreds of students there, as you can see on the screen behind you. They marched from Admiral High School all the way to the pedestrian bridge over Route 29. And I went on that walk with them. It was a pretty long march, and they told me they're feeling fearless, angry, and helpless at current federal immigration policy. Take a look.
Very upset. I am highly upset.
I am very mad to see that my country is doing this right now. This is upsetting.
Really frustrating. It's horrible to see. It hurts me.
Hundreds of students pouring out of classrooms and into the streets Friday morning, protesting ICE and federal immigration policies. For some, this was personal.
My adopted aunt was a legal immigrant, and it's important to me to protest for her.
My friends got deported, and I can't see them ever again because of this stupid stuff happening.
Others say they're speaking out because they believe the country's at a turning point.
When you're living under an administration where government officials are lying under oath, that's not okay, and that's when you go from a democracy to an oligarchy, and the American people are not proud of that. They do not support it, as you can see here.
Students marched from school grounds to the pedestrian bridge, waving signs and chanting along Route 29.
Eyes out! Eyes out! Eyes out! Eyes out! Eyes out! It's happened at multiple schools around the area, like Monticello, CHS, and now it's our turn to do what's right.
And while many of them aren't old enough to cast a ballot, they say that doesn't mean they should stay silent.
They need to look at their younger generation too, because we don't like this either.
Our voices matter too, guys.
Because it's not something about parties, it's about fighting it in the face of tyranny. It's about saying no in the face of an oligarchy. This is not about Republicans versus Democrats.
For these students, they say it comes down to unity.
It's supporting the people of America and the people that make America what it is today, because we are the land of the free and it's about unity.
History is screaming for us and none of us are listening. You need to stand up.
Now, again, Cassie, you will remember yesterday with ACPS, and they told us this was not a school-sponsored event, and they urged students who were to walk out that they should stay on school grounds. And as you just saw, that wasn't quite the case, but ACBD patrols were at intersections making sure students were staying safe.
Now, are any of the students who participated in this walkout getting in trouble?
Now, Cassidie, this is still rumors going around. I spoke with one girl who told me there are rumors circulating that there could be suspensions, but again, that's nothing official.
All right, well, thank you, Mark. Now let's send things over to Chief Meteorologist Travis Koshko.
Another day of sunshine about central Virginia. Cold start this morning with lower 20s for most, and even this afternoon temperatures on the cooler side. The best we did was mid 40s for temperatures, but about an hour or two ago hitting their peak. Right now we're at 42 degrees in Charlottesville, 40s in Madison, Culpeper, Lake Monticello, 39s for Scottsville, 37s for Standardsville and Orange, and 27 degrees already at elevation in Monterey. Skies are clear and they should stay that way for the remainder of the evening. Temperatures are going to fall once again and below freezing around the midnight hour. So you're heading out for Friday night, don't forget the coats because temperatures will fall here quite a bit now that the sun has gone down below the horizon. Saturday, going to be sunny and much warmer for Valentine's Day. No cold hearts on account of Mother Nature. All day rain on Sunday and then even warmer temperatures coming next week. Lots to talk about in the 7-day. Give you a day-by-day breakdown in just a few minutes.
All right, thank you, Travis. A huge announcement from the state Supreme Court today. Virginians will vote on redistricting this spring. CBS 19's Jaden Howard has more on what this all means. Jaden.
Yeah, Cassie, today the state Supreme Court denied a Tazewell County judge's injunction, clearing the way for the vote on April 21st. The map released by Virginia Democrats would likely be a 10-to-1 split in favor of Democrats. Of course, that's only predicted, and voters have the ultimate say in November. We spoke to Representative Eugene Vindman about the possibility the 7th will change in the fall.
This won't affect how we approach elections at all. We're still going to work our tails off, make sure we meet all of the constituents. The heart of the district remains the same. And so this is ultimately an attempt to allow the voters of Virginia to make a decision on whether they're okay with Trump's attempt to rig the elections around the country.
Vindman is referring to the Trump administration encouraging Texas and other states to redraw the lines in Republicans' favor, which started this whole thing. Now, this is a controversial idea, and most Republicans are speaking out against it. If the map does look like this, it will make things tricky for incumbents who may find themselves in an entirely new district. CBS 19's Pim Dyer has more on one in particular who just announced his re-election campaign today. Pim?
Yeah, Jaden, that's right. Congressman for the 5th District, John McGuire, officially announcing today that he is running for re-election. This would be his second term after he beat Bob Good in a contested primary and then won easily in the general election. Now, of course, the big question is, what would the 5th District look like by November? And would McGuire still run for that seat or whatever district his home county of Louisa is in? Now, if the lines shift, parts of the 5th would be in the new 6th, which would cover a lot of major Virginia colleges like UVA, Virginia Tech, JMU, and Liberty University. And there's some uncertainty there on whether or not he could win that district. McGuire was unavailable for a comment today regarding his re-election announcement, but he will be in town Monday evening. In the newsroom, Pim Dyer, CBS 19 News. And following a reported sexual assault involving a juvenile. The investigation began on Thursday after deputies were notified of the allegation. Authorities executed multiple search warrants at a home in that county. Maurice Reckel Davis was taken into custody and charged with object sexual penetration and sodomy. He is currently being held at the Admiral Charlottesville Regional Jail without bond. And the au pair at the center of an elaborate double murder plot was sentenced to 10 years in prison today. A Virginia judge rejected a time-served recommendation, calling the case the most serious manslaughter scenario she had ever seen. Juliana Perez Migales pleaded guilty to involuntary manslaughter back in October of 2024. The plea was part of a deal for the 25-year-old to testify against Brennan Banfield, the former IRS agent convicted of killing his wife and another man. More than $4.9 million in grants were given out across Virginia by Governor Abigail Spanberger. In a release sent out, they say it's an investment in Virginia's food system, with over $1 million going to places in our viewing area. New Hill Development Corporation in Charlottesville receiving more than $900,000 to go towards infrastructure. And Deep Roots Milling in Roseland receiving over $99,000 to help with updating their equipment. The Charlottesville e-bike program has some new changes for residents looking to apply. The pilot program kicked off in 2025, offering $1,000 vouchers to go towards purchasing an e-bike. Last year, the only requirement was that you had to be a Charlottesville resident, but now it's also based on income.
There's 3 tiers to the voucher, so when you apply, you can, based on income and or if you are eligible for or enrolled in any government assistance programs, then you can get lumped into different tiers.
Something else that's new to the program is $100 safety vouchers to ensure people are able to purchase what they need to ride safely, like a helmet. This Valentine's Day, you can spread the love, or maybe you feel like getting revenge. Either way, Rockfish Wildlife Sanctuary has something for you. CBS 19's McKenna Schönbrunn spoke with their executive director about their Lovebirds and Bugs fundraiser.
I'm here with Sarah Cooperman with Rockfish Wildlife Sanctuary, and she's here to tell us about their Valentine's Day fundraiser going on. Sarah, thanks so much for joining me.
Thanks for coming all the way out here and being with us.
Of course, and I know that Fiona here is really going to enjoy this fundraiser. First, tell me a little bit about her.
So Fiona is one of our non-releasable education ambassador animals. She was raised illegally by someone without a wildlife rehab license and unfortunately became way too comfortable with people to be released. So she has lived with us at the sanctuary ever since, and we're excited to include her in our Valentine's Day fundraiser.
And what do we need to know about the fundraiser?
Yeah, so whether you are feeling the love or maybe you have a gripe this Valentine's Day, we have an option for you with our Lovebirds and Bugs fundraiser. So for $25, and that is a donation to the sanctuary, you get to name an extra grubby mealworm after someone that maybe is not so special to you, and we will feed that mealworm to Fiona here, who is very excited about the fundraiser. If you are feeling the love and want to share something special with someone that is close to you, we have a couple other wonderful options. You can send a digital Valentine featuring one of our education ambassador raptors, or you can even send your loved one of these gorgeous rose-breasted grosbeak prints that my colleague here, Elka Hutchison, our rehab program manager, made herself, and they are just gorgeous and a wonderful, memorable keepsake.
And how can you name a worm or get a print?
Yeah, if you're interested in participating in Lovebirds and Bugs, you can head to our website, rockfishwildlifesanctuary.org/donate, and the link will be right up at the top.
All right, Sarah, thanks so much for joining me.
Thank you.
And the fundraiser is going on until Saturday at noon.
And still to come on your CBS 19 News at 6, the Jazz Society hosted Michael Hawkins and the Brotherhood at the center of Belvedere last night. We'll tell you how it was, but first, we'll check back with Chief Meteorologist Travis Costco, who will tell us how the weather is.
Music to my ears, both that and the forecast.